to pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. When the client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
That's where we come in. We come in and we solve that problem for them and really set them on the right track in order to try and get back to what their life was like before the accident happened.
Man, apparently we tell the truth, because I remember last week you said something about 7 days. It's exactly 7 days. So there you go with that truthful telling shit that you be doing. People getting sick of you telling the truth all the time. But anyway, man, what's up, people? Welcome to the doggone Big BoneYard. You got myself, Big Bone 1%er, and Mr. Archbishop 1%er.
What up, dog?
Our truth telling resident lifer in the motherfucking house. But yeah, man, look, fucked around and got hot out here, right? And hey, for those of y'all that don't know it, Archbishop is like, y'all remember when Miss Cleo fell off? Archbishop kind of picked up the slack a little something, and he be sometimes like predicting future events and shit. And what he said was is that this summer, around about now, he goes, man, all kinds of things on the set is going to get real interesting because the weather is, you know, that was I feel like it was a calculated, safe bet. But man, it's busy. It's so much stuff going on right now. And you actually called a lot of that shit out. I'm not kissing your ass or nothing, and we won't get all specific, but damn. You know, I feel like you actually did have one of them magic 8 balls, which we was talking about earlier, but I feel like you got one and you won't share with nobody else. So how do you do it? What's up? Tell the truth.
I'm just, you know what, though, a lot of this stuff is repetitious. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm predicting the future. I'm talking about stuff that had actually happened before, and you know, just like anything, just like bell bottoms with fat shoelaces, it comes back around.
Right. I thought you were gonna say fat kids or something like that. I'm like, why are you talking about fat people, man? Oh, you talking? Okay, right. I got you.
Okay.
But no, man, it's hopping though, right? A lot of stuff going on out there.
Oh yeah.
And everybody watching where you are already know what we're talking about. But seriously though, oh, and man, folks is rolling through like a sun gun. Black Tool, that's a new face. Black Tool, Rick, Lady Thunder, Miss Sanders, good to see you, ma'am. Princess Astrid. Okay, folks is already doing the thing. All right. So here's what well, actually, if we could, sir, if you could help us out with our disclaimer before we get all excited and carried away and so forth.
Sure. But disclaimer is this what we're talking about today is our opinions and our opinions alone, based on what we've seen, what we've been through, yada yada yada. Doesn't have anything to do with our prospective clubs. Even though we love our club that we in, we're not talking about them, nor are we talking about anything dealing with them. So, like I said, this is our opinions and our opinions alone.
That part. You just said it. But yeah, man. So, but actually, now the other thing I was going to do, like, did you do any ground pounding this weekend, or was you working this weekend?
No, that's working this weekend. I mean, I got out a little bit, but I was working this weekend.
Man,
I work today.
I'll tell you what's crazy though. So for those of y'all that are just figuring this out, we're here and we're in Florida, and Florida already is the 24/7, 365 biker state. You know, that's just what Florida is. But this weekend, man, everybody and their damn mother was in town. I mean, because there was so many different biker events going on all over the place, and folks was. In fact, people are still here. There's people because, you know, tomorrow's a holiday, Memorial Day. So a lot of folks aren't leaving that didn't leave today. A lot of these folks aren't leaving until tomorrow. But it's a good time. It's kind of cool when everywhere you go, you see motorcycles, some everywhere. You know, and it's like you see a lot of different clubs, folks getting along. It's pretty good. Pretty good. But anyway, so there's that. So tonight's show is a I'll tell you, look, you know what? I'm just going to read the description. Then I'm going to go all kinds of off script and tell you what the hell I've been thinking about. So what we're talking about this show is what the fuck is the world coming to? I mean, I think this is kind of like how the Mad Max movies the Mad Max world got started, you know, because they didn't just all of a sudden just wake up and everything was all totally fucked up. And by the way, Mad Max movies, you notice the guys with the motorcycles always running shit. Every Mad Max movie, find the guy with the motorcycles, that's the ones who's calling the shots. Just saying, just putting it out there. But anyway, what we said is what in the AI, that's AI, double hockey sticks in the world, like what is the world coming to? So in our lifetime, we have seen destruction everywhere. People always hurting, mass shootings, wars, rumors of wars, countries divided, government-led voter suppression, houses divided, chapters divided, families divided. You know, I mean, damn, what is the world coming to? So where are we as MCs going? I mean, are we moving in a positive direction, or are we just a dying breed waiting for the slaughter? So this is kind of a heavy topic, but, you know, we're still going to have some fun and chop it up quite a bit because, we're kind of crazy like that. We got, no problems over here at the BoneYard. So we're going to have a good time and chop it up and make it do what it do. But so that's what we're talking about tonight. And there's any number of, we can go a lot of different directions. Hey, Rick, we see Rick in the house. The original millennial. Good to see you, sir. All right. Hey, Ragu. Okay. All kinds of folks over there. Hey, man, hey, say that thing that you say, man. Say the thing that you say, man.
What's that?
That thing that you say.
Oh, what up, though?
yeah. You didn't do it. Yeah, all right. You did not do that right, but that's all right. No, you want to be funny like that. I'm just saying.
I know how to do it. You the one that know how to do it.
I don't know how to do it. I'm trying to catch up. See, I see the Detroit people. Chemo Luciano's checking in, and he just said, Detroit checking in. What's up, though? Oh, no, damn. See? I still didn't say it right.
You messed it up every time.
I did. All right. I'm not going to do it no more. I'm going to boycott the shit.
But,
I ain't saying that. Yo, but I'll tell y'all, fellas. So a couple of things as we talk about this stuff for real is that there are, honest to God, like all kinds of crazy things going on. Like you can watch the news or just talk to folks out in the world, and what you're going to find is all of those things that I was just reading about on the description. We talked about a little earlier. China and United States, we're like right there as far as what might go down between us. And that's been going on since Trump kind of stoked the fires, talking trash about him after COVID, the Kung flu, and all this other kind of crazy stuff, and all the economic sanctions that came up. So it's tense, to say the least. We've got a looming, if the budget doesn't pass, that's economically, that's going to fuck us as a country. And let me tell you, if our money gets fucked, it's going to be some Mad Max shit for real. So we really need to get that fixed. But this is stuff that we're dealing with. That's not a common problem. So we got to deal with that. There's riots over the past several years, mass shootings, all this stuff, right? And my opinion has always been that the MC has been where you go to get grounded. Like to get away from all of the stupid shit that the world has to offer. Because like a lot of times the MC, especially on a certain level of it, on our level of it, is, hey, we got our own things that we do. We believe in our rules. We have a set of things that govern us. And it pretty much works. It works pretty damn good. Even when the rest of the world's gone damn nuts, you can count on the set to keep it straight most of the time, So, but what say you, man?
That's just
is the set gonna save us, or is it gonna fuck us?
Let me say this. I'm gonna say this before we get started on what we talking about.
Yeah.
Because you were just sitting here talking about the set, getting it together. And this is something that we need to get together, people. We talked about on other shows, me, you, and Shaggy, we didn't talk about, we kept talking about the diamonds, and we kept talking about how people pass that shit around like it's government cheese.
Oh, yeah.
And the overall respect of what this diamond actually represents.
Mm-hmm.
The other day, I seen a show that Black Dragon had put on there. And hats off to Black Dragon. I got nothing but mad respect for the man. He been out here trailblazing this for a while, so I got nothing but respect for the man. With the person that he was talking about, I don't. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Here's my problem. Now, he showed the picture of this guy with this diamond on, and it had like the MF and the ER on it or whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, of course, they was trying to get to the bottom of it to try to figure out where it came from. And then you had a guy who sent a response in as to, because he's a part of this club, sent this 10-page text message as to the reason why it made like that and how they gave it to him and this, that, and the third, because it means, because, you know, you looking at it, you think it says motherfuckers, what you think it is, but that's not what it is. It's supposed to be motorcycle family. Okay, so here's my thing. Number one, if it just said motorcycle family, why put the ER to it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, I ain't
Exactly.
never motorcycle family, you know what I mean? So cut the shit when you say that, okay?
Right. You're talking to folks like they stupid.
Right.
Really.
Shit, bro. Y'all put that shit on there. Y'all running around this bitch acting like that y'all true one fucking percenters. Y'all got that bullshit on there. Now, with that on there, what does it mean? Okay, it doesn't have a 1% tag on there, so so consequently, you can't really say that that's a one. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit. That ain't no shit that we came up with. That ain't no shit when they first started doing this back in the AMA. This shit that you coming up with. This is some bullshit. This is some made up bullshit. Just like you had some of them that had 0%. Some of them, you know what I mean?
Right.
Bullshit, man. That's what it is. You know what I mean? And then you sit here, you send a 10-page damn dossier about the reason why you did it. Man, fuck out of here. Here's the thing. You gave this diamond to a motherfucking riding club. Not an MC, but
not even the whole club, just that one individual.
Mind you, this motherfucker right here can't even ride in his own goddamn state.
Woo, facts.
But you put this shit on him, and he walking around flamboyantly wearing this shit. Okay, so he wearing it in other states, but he can't wear it in his own damn house. But then you go send a 10-page damn dossier to explain, well, we're all family, and you know what I mean? You could have just made a regular damn patch. You didn't have to put no diamond on the house. Yeah. You know what I mean? But by you giving it to a motherfucker in a riding club, a riding club, you get that? RC, not MC, RC. You fucking up. You know what I mean? Now you can. Now I hope somebody know who it is that I'm talking to. Mind you, I could give two fucks. You know what I mean? I can put my description in the comments there, and if you ever want to talk to me, you can come see me, and I'll tell you in your fucking face what I'm saying right now. It's bullshit. You fucking up the culture. You fucking up what this whole diamond represents. And the one that you gave it to is even more fucked up. You know what I mean? Mind you, he done done some shit outside of here. You know what I mean? There's some people that, you know what I mean? It's just some people that really like him. You know what I mean? I don't have no issue with him personally. I got an issue with what you wearing. And what you wearing is disrespectful for anybody else that wears that. Anybody that wears an actual diamond that actually goes out here every damn day representing what it is that what you stand for.
Right.
That's a blatant disrespect.
Brother, I'm going to tell you, and Will, look, first of all, Will fucking said, I'll tell you, I have a problem with this individual because, you know, this dude constantly with the mouth open, constantly talking trash about the same culture that he's trying to pretend to be a part of with that fake ass diamond that he's actually wearing now. In fact, Original Millennial just said, I'm trying to understand this club hopping culture, because this dude been with like 5 different clubs in the past 5 years. He's like boom, 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 all over the place. Couldn't be with a club, so he created this riding association. And I think that's just a money scam, honestly. The way I understand, he charged a whole bunch of money, send out a patch to somebody in the mail. Now they're a member, but whatever. That's how they do. That's how they do. That's their business. But like Original Millennial just said, I'm trying to understand this club hopping culture that's been going, that's going. No, apparently, these dudes are doing interviews in colors. They got, let's see, they got to know The after leaving another one. Okay, so I think what he's saying is the same exact thing. The dude that we're talking about is definitely a club hopper. He is not legit to the culture at all. He knows better. He's been around for a while, you know, and there's a reason he can't ride in his own state. But you know, so he knows what the rules are. He's just not respecting it. So, but I digress. But I'm with you on that. But
I mean, like we sit here all the time, and we keep talking about watering down this culture, watering down what this 1% thing is, watering down what this is. You know what I mean? But look at this though. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. I understand Dragon had to handle that the way he handled it.
Yeah,
you
know? Sure.
And you know he got to be bipartisan on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's not a 1%. So of course he got to be bipartisan on it, and he's also monetary. So there's certain things that he just can't say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Contrary, I can say the fuck I want to say.
That part.
And fuck I said. That's the problem. You know what I mean? So, like I said, that shit right there, you're watering down what this is. You know what I mean? Now, if you cool with somebody and you wanna gift him with something, then you gift him with something. That ain't nothing that he, you know what I mean? Like he literally wearing this around like it's an actual 1% patch. And you in an RC club. 9 times out of 10, you ride your damn bike anyway. Half the time you put that bitch in the trailer. And I know you down here in Tampa right now. And you know you put that bitch on a trailer and rode it down here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Oh no, look, that's it. Look, let me tell you, traditionally, when that happens, because it's not like it's unheard of as a gift behind doing some work or because somebody's friends with somebody, whichever, for them to be gifted a diamond. That diamond's not meant for them to wear on the outside of their rags unless they're a member of that same club, right? Which, of course, now, why would you be gifting it to a member of the same club? You wouldn't. But what happens traditionally, or a lot of times, guy will take that gift, whatever that patch is, and he sews it on the inside of his vest.
Exactly.
And he'll be like, hey, look, so-and-so gave me that. Boom, keep it moving. Oh, man, guess what? There would not be argument the first, even discussion the first, other than, hey, you must have did something pretty cool to get that diamond that you're wearing on the inside of your vest. You put it on the outside of your vest, then you come to Florida and hope that you can keep it.
Right. That changes the whole narrative of it. You know what I mean? Because somebody sees it and then they automatically thinking this. You know what I mean? You just changed the whole narrative. Like, you know what I mean? And you're absolutely right. If somebody gifts you with something, you wear it on the inside, not the outside.
Exactly.
But
like I said,
he put it on the outside for a reason. But you know what I mean? But this is the same one that was, you know what I mean? And you really can't say too much. That's why I didn't even call his name.
Yeah.
Because by calling his name makes his bitch ass popular. We ain't about to do that.
No, I feel you. Like I said,
doing.
Like,
you know you're wrong for what you're doing. And then you know that if somebody actually did say something to you, you don't think you're gonna do the same thing last year when you was on live, you know what I mean, where you made it blatantly known that you're gonna run to the police. And matter of fact, I think your old lady too, if I'm not mistaken. You know, so we ain't about to make your name popular, but know that we know what we know about your ass. Take that shit off, put it on the inside of your damn vest if that's, you know what I mean, if that was a gift. But stop wearing it around faking the fuck.
I'm curious to see like how long you can stay in Florida. I mean, go out for real, like out and about in Florida wearing that shit and see if you can make it back to Georgia and keep it. You got it. Enforce it. Handle that business. But I digress. But moving on. Damn, it got tense in this motherfucker, didn't it? Hold on.
I just had to get that off my chest, man, because I'm telling you what.
Hey, I feel you though.
I've been feeling some kind of way about it, and I wasn't gonna be right about myself until I spoke my piece on it. So I just spoke my piece. I'm done with it. Like I said, if you got an issue with it, or somebody go back and tell him, please feel free.
Yo, I feel you, but I tell you what, Florida is. I'll say it like this though. And look, we got folks. There's boneheads all over the country, and people riding, doing their damn thing. We love the fact that y'all plug in with us, and we can chop it up about all kinds of things. Speaking of which, don't be shy. Call in about anything y'all want to talk about, because we're talking about, some of this end of the world type shit. But But Florida is a 24/7, 365 biker state. This is truly this place where you go and fuck around and find out. This is the place where you motherfuckers get PhDs in this biking shit in this state. And you got some of these little, fuck it. I ain't gonna go down the rabbit hole no more. Let it go. Woosah. What's that? Martin Lawrence says woosah. Do the woosah. But all right. So here's my bitch. So we teased about it on the like the thumbnail is a shot from Mad Max, and I said, hey, all the motorcycle dudes, man, that's who's running shit in Mad Max world. But it's kind of like going there in some places because all of this wild, crazy shit. 20 years ago, the idea of folks getting shot up, kids getting shot up all over the place every single day would have been, oh my God, I can't believe it. People would have been losing their damn minds. That don't even raise an eyebrow no more. It's like, oh, wow, another mass shooting. It's like not even a big deal, And I'm not trying to get into the politics of all of that stuff. I'm just saying that the world around us is going in a shithole. And I really believe that the MCs with the background, the culture, the discipline that real MCs have, we're protected from a lot of that bullshit. Because a lot of times when shit goes stupid in the rest of the world, the clubs are the ones. I've seen this where when the riots in Ferguson was happening, the police reached out to the major black club there for help. And guess what? They handled the business. The dude says, oh, we want to thank this club and da-da-da-da-da. The president of that club says, no, man, listen, no, don't thank us for nothing. We was here for the people to keep the people safe. Had nothing to do with you. But the truth of the matter is that's who handled that business, the MCs. And the shit was crazy. So having said that, I'm thinking about this Mad Max shit. So in Texas, it's kind of like, if you know about Australia, Australia's totally fucked. I'll talk about Australia another time. But so in Texas, let's just say you're an MC, minding your damn business on your motorcycle, riding from point A to point B, wherever the hell in Texas. Well, the police pull you over. Now you check your speed. You're not speeding. You're not going fast. You're doing the speed limit, doing everything the right way. But see, in Texas, in Texas, they don't need a reason to pull you over. They can pull you over. They don't have to have a primary offense to pull you over because you got a motorcycle patch on your back. That's the primary offense. So they pull you over and they say, hey, you know why I stopped you? No. Well, it don't matter why I stopped you. That's the thing in Texas. Other thing is, hey, you have a firearm on your person? Well, yes, sir. I'm legally carrying my firearm. I got a concealed weapons permit and everything else. Okay. Let's get that weapon off of you for my safety and yours. Okay. They take the weapon off. Okay. You were carrying this weapon while you're wearing that motorcycle club vest. Turn around, put your hands on your back. What? Yeah. Because, there's no such thing as a motorcycle club member carrying a firearm legally in Texas, even if you have a concealed weapons permit. Because the second you put on that cut, those rags, you put them on, you're in violation of the law in Texas. Because you're a motorcycle gang member, they call it. You're a gang member now as soon as you put on them colors. There's dudes that ain't never had a speeding ticket, never spit on the sidewalk, never jaywalked. It's getting locked up in Texas because they're a member of a club who happen to exercise their Second Amendment rights. Does anybody else think that shit is fucking crazy?
No, yeah, absolutely. But like you said, you weren't going to talk about Australia, but you're going to have to actually talk about Australia.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, good point. Yeah, right.
MC paraphernalia, nothing. No rings, nothing.
Some of this type of shit.
That's a felony.
Yeah.
Like they was talking about one guy that they had locked up and he got out and he was at a restaurant having dinner.
Yep.
With his old lady. And the cops seen him. They knew who he was. They walked over to him and he had some paraphernalia on. It was jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Locked him right back up.
Yep. I saw the video from the cops. What do they call it? The body cam. The cops' body cam. The dude was sitting outside, just got out of prison. He just got out. Dude says, hey, aren't you so-and-so? Yeah. The dude wasn't trying not to talk to him and everything, right? Dude's like, hey, that's pretty nice that you got there. Like, yep. What's that, a ring there? You can tell the dude's like, Like, yeah. All right, then. Let's put our hands behind our back then. I'm like, damn, it's a fucking ring. But dude, look, and people think, oh, and that's the other thing. So let's say you're in a club. You and your brother's riding from point A to point B. It's 3 of y'all. You're not even wearing no rags, right? They identify you as club members, more than 3 of y'all, 3 or more going from point A to point B. Guess what? You know where you're going? Prison when they stop you. That's a felony in Perth, Western Australia. It's nuts. But then again, remember, that's where that Mad Max shit started from. I think what they're doing is they're trying to get rid of all the bikers now so that Mad Max shit don't happen later on. That might be part of it. I think I'm on to something here.
No,
they got a crystal ball.
Well, you see, if you watch anybody that watched the mainstream media and all that stuff, I mean, here within the past couple months or so, that's all you hear. Gang that, gang this, gang that. That's all you hear all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Perception in everybody's here. You know what I mean? And it's not the perception of you that's an actual biker, because you know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But they put that out there to people who don't understand what this lifestyle is even about. So then every time that they see someone, that's the first thing that they think. Gang. First thing they think. You know what I mean? Trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You see 2, 3 of them, okay, it's gonna be trouble. You see these people going down the road, they're trouble. Don't know nothing about them. That's just your overall perception based on what they've already done put in your head, watching the news, all this other stuff, because that's all they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that people need to actually do your own research. Do your own research. Check it out for yourself. You know what I mean? I seen a news report the other day where they was talking to a reporter, and they asked her, why do you report stuff that you know isn't true? And her response was, it doesn't have to be true. She said, none of the stuff say on the news has to be true. It has to be a certain degree of truth to it. It doesn't have to be completely true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, you think about it. If you want to get the overall consensus of everybody in the country, then you want everybody to be able to, you know, rant and rave and fuss about, you know, this being bad and this being bad. Okay, so what do? You keep pumping on the mainstream media. You keep talking about how bad it is and how this and how this and how this, because you never hear them on there talking about the good stuff that we actually do out here. You know what I mean? The charitable events, the stuff that we do for these kids and stuff like that. You never heard them talking about that. They always talk about the end result. They always talk about stuff that went bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
Stuff goes bad all the time. Stuff goes bad all the time. Stuff goes bad in your private life. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Didn't make the news. You know what I mean? I mean, hell, I done beat more ass than I can count. It didn't make the news, not all the time.
Right.
Maybe once or twice, not all the time. But still, if you keep putting this, you know what I mean, this is like, I'm putting this in your mind right now. You know what I mean? Everybody you see on motorcycles, a gang, it's a gang, it's a gang.
Oh, yeah.
So when they do actually start talking about, well, we got to deal with this motorcycle gang culture. We gotta deal with this. We gotta deal with that. And they gonna start trying to pass these little slip-on bills and everything else. Then what is the overall consensus going to say? They're going to agree with it simply because this is what they're talking about all the time. You know what I mean? Instead of actually doing your research and seeing like this is not as bad as you think. You know what I mean? Incidents happen all the time. You know what I mean?
You know, one of the things that we talk about this in the COC a lot, the reason that a lot of law enforcement agencies, they have to have a boogeyman because their budgets are contingent upon it. If things are going good and they have a budget, I'm being facetious. Let's say their budget for their department is $1 million. That's their budget. And everything went cool over the past 12 months. They didn't actually need to spend that extra money. They didn't need all the extra overtime. They didn't need new equipment and tanks and helicopters. They didn't need all that. So when it's budget time the next year, well, maybe it goes from $1 million to 650,000 or 650,000 instead of $1 million. Well, they don't want that. So they need to have a boogeyman. I know that in Pasco County, that's exactly what happened. A certain one percenter died in a violent way, but that was the end of it. So folks came out, and this one percenter was a well-respected. I mean, the movie Black Hawk Down was based on him. This man was a Purple Heart recipient. He was a legit war hero. He was a member of a one percenter club and a well-respected individual. But the sheriff is like, oh man, we got a problem. Went on TV, talked cash shit, said all kinds of bad things about him, pulled out all kinds of paramilitary equipment, ran the budget up just hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then was like, of course, budget time. I got a biker problem. I got a biker problem. I need a lot more money. So for those of us that knew what he was doing, it was shameful. It was shameful. But he's not doing anything that a lot of them don't do. They got to have a boogeyman. And the easy one is, let's just tell everybody about these boogeyman bikers. Hey, we need some more money. We got a biker problem. No, you don't. You know, you got a media problem, because the media that'll put out any bullshit that they want to say about us. But, you know, I'm jumped off, you know, Australia, we see what's going on in Australia. Australia has some draconian shit. Texas is really taken a cue from Australia, but what it's doing is they're eroding the rights of Americans. Yeah, these Americans are bikers, but that don't keep them from being American just because they ride a motorcycle, just because they're in a club. But so we're seeing a lot of this stuff, and I know what we talked about as we were getting the show going. We talked about, you know, worldwide, you know, like mass destruction and wars and shootings and all this kind of stuff. And if you think about it, in a lot of occasions, when all kinds of crazy shit goes down, what happens? Like here in Florida, hurricanes are happening. The clubs are out there. We actually did a show after that last Hurricane Ian. People in the MCs, we're going out there, hitting the streets, taking care of everybody in our community. We have an infrastructure that lends itself to not just taking care of ourselves, but taking care of our communities. You know, like with us, we got this old saying, take care of the community take care of you. But hey, that's what we do. That's how we get down.
Right. But that's how, you know, like you go into any state where there's a clubhouse at, and you ask any random person who lives in that vicinity, and they're gonna tell you that a couple things went on. Number one, you don't see a whole lot of bullshit going on. Number two, so a lot of, you know, break-ins and stuff like that. If you got a chapter that's there, that's actively there all the time, a lot of the little senseless stuff, you know, the little robberies and the little breaking into cars and the little stuff like all that stuff ends. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times these neighborhoods see you as being like the protector of the neighborhood. You know what I mean? That's like, you know, when you talk about St. Louis and when they was having the looting and the stuff, and you know, I know for a fact because I went up there during that time.
Yeah.
You know, but it wasn't to help the police. It was to help the neighborhoods. You know what I mean? Because these were the neighborhoods that they actually lived in.
Right.
You know? So, but then too, you think about all the other times when you have, like on the holidays, all these clubs doing bike giveaways and helping out families and bringing in homeless and passing out meals and, you know what I mean, like all that different stuff that goes on. There's a lot of stuff that goes on that people don't really pay attention to.
Right.
That they don't talk about that on the news. You know,
right on.
The only thing that they talk about is what's going to make a story.
Mm.
So you can be out here doing everything that you can possibly do to help out anybody in that community, that town, that city, whatever. But let one thing go wrong though, and that'll be the one thing that they're going to bring up over and over and
Oh
over.
yeah, you'll never hear the.
Right.
It's like a bad ex-girlfriend who I'm saying, you know, so or better yet, bad ex-wife. My ex-wife, she could tell you every good thing she did since birth. and can't remember any bad thing that she ever did. However, if you sneezed wrong on Sunday out of the left nostril of your fucking face in church during Easter Sunday once in 1972, she'll never forget about it and make you the biggest bastard in the world for doing it. But that's how it is. They'll never forget. Hey, I was gonna tell you, so Jalen Walker, aka Cecil Walker, aka the motherfucking Night Stalker, had a few questions. One was 5 clubs, 5 years. What? No probation, asking for future reference. Hit us up offline and we're gonna cover that one for you. That's a different thing. We ain't gonna do it here. But the next one was
Happens.
yeah, right. That one. We'll talk about it, off air. But this one, now this is a good one. That's why he said, and that's why he was asking the question earlier. What is an outlaw MC? That's a great question. And then his last comment was, the comment was, sounds like power tripping power tripping on the Leo's part. It is power tripping on the Leo's part in regard to how they're getting down in Texas and all that. And the thing is that the government changed the laws allowing them to do this shit. So it's really, Texas is, it's a dangerous place for bikers now.
See, but how does this? But going back to that though, how does this even go on in the first place? The reason how it goes on is because a lot of people do not follow. Like people always say, "I don't worry about politics. I don't follow politics." Guess what? The politics is fucking you around right now.
Oh yeah.
The politics is what's gonna be the ruin to this country.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Whether you realize it or not, this is, you know what I mean? If anybody that goes back and that actually reads the Bible, reads history, this is straight Sodom and Gomorrah. This is Babylon. Straightforward. That's what it's gonna be. It's what it's gonna be. And what happened to Babylon? It's gonna fall.
Yep.
Fall. Because you had the people here that didn't know what was going on, and you had people here that thought they knew every fucking thing. And they sitting here and they pass all these bills and these laws and stuff, and you have no idea as to what's going on until it's too late. That's why we keep talking about, like, you have to get involved with this stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it applies to everyone. Everyone. You know, now look at what we got going on here. Okay, you brought up earlier about the debt ceiling. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did.
You know, and some say, if they don't raise the debt ceiling, then that means that, they're not going to be able to pay them senators and the governors, and the president ain't going to get his money, whatever. They're going to get their money regardless. Yeah. You're the one that's not going to get your money.
And that part.
So if you have VA disability,
oh yeah,
your check's on hold. Yep. If you are on
Social Security,
any kind
Medicaid,
of assistance, whether it's a check from welfare or whatever, everything goes on hold. Yep. Everything. So basically, the government shuts down, and when it shuts down, everything that's government related shuts down right along with it. Jobs and everything else. Now, but here's the thing though, and you notice it's more now than it ever was. Every 8-9 months they got to raise it. Then they raise it again. You can't just print out money. Okay, so every amount that they bring in to recycle, they put that amount out. So you can't keep printing, because if you keep, you can sit there and print all you want. Or drop though. But here's the thing. They want it to drop. They want the dollar to drop. Why? Centralized banking. That's exactly right. They want to put it all to where it's all based on computer. You are not actually in charge of your money. They can tell you how you're going to spend your money. That's what they're going to do. That's exactly what they're trying to do. This is the same stuff that they've been talking about for the past 20 years, and everybody was like, no, that ain't going to happen. Look around. No,
it's happening right now. There's people who have money that won't buy certain products.
Exactly. You have national parks right now in the United States that you cannot go in and actually pay cash for.
Yep.
You have to use a card. They have places that's centralized throughout the United States that you have to use a card. Target, Walmart. Why do you think they keep doing the self-checkout now? because they're going to make it, because they're actually talking about it, and Target is actually going to be the first one to do it, to where they don't accept no cash whatsoever. Everything is going to be electronic. So if you don't have a card, that's basically it. This is the beginning of this stuff, though. You know what I mean? So you have to sit back and look at what it is that they're putting out. You know, like I don't know, some of you don't follow crypto, some of you do, but you know, they was talking about XRP, Ripple. You know what I mean? And they've been talking about Ripple was going to be used by the government or whatever, and then the guy got in trouble, ended up having to do all these congressional hearings and all that stuff. Okay, so last week what happened? They let him go.
Mm-hmm.
They let him go. 2 days later, they talked about how there was one bank that picked it up to start doing what? Centralized banking.
Yep.
That's what it's going to be. Y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I
Money
mean?
that's not Walker saying this money's not backed by nothing.
Right.
That's why everybody else is dropping it.
Right. You know, like they was talking about that same report that reporter was on. She was talking about something that went on in Australia, to where the government is so much involved with the Australian people that they even monitor how much electricity that you're using in your house. And if you use too much, they just cut your shit off.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't
Mhm.
it ain't, hey, my bill high and I'm just gonna go in there. I'm gonna have a light bill. No, sir.
Right.
You hit a certain limit, they just cut it off.
Yeah, think of it. It's like this is a total control situation. I mean, it's total control. Like we felt like you know, like when you was a kid and your mother say, close that refrigerator. You're trying to heat up and close the front door. You're trying to cool off all outdoors and stuff like that. Well, now it's the government doing it for you, where they can say, nah, you know, you should have closed that refrigerator. So let's just turn your ass off for a minute.
Hey, but
And here's the thing. There's folks listening right now that's thinking, that shit is great. That's not true. That can't happen. Ever heard of a rolling blackout? That's what that is. It's a way to manage a certain grid and to manage power. And, you know, and they do it for certain reasons, for energy management and so forth, and to protect the grid. But I'm sure they've learned that, hey, you know what, if these mofos get on our nerves, or they get unruly, or they don't vote the way that we want, or they vote and we don't like the way they're voting, you know what, turn their damn power off. And matter of fact, let's turn their cards off. They want to spend some money. They want something to eat. But what if that card is no more good? Centralized banking, can't we just turn them off? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're a criminal? We don't like what you did? Let's turn your card off so you can't spend any money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Paper money is going to be in the past here real soon. It's going to be real
But that's
soon.
why, but I'm going to go back to the thing that I'm sticking to, is the reason that all of the bikers are running shit in Mad Max is because technically we don't actually have to have, you know, we don't have to have money. We got motorcycles. The only thing we need is gas and the ability to steal shit. So I think we might be all right in a post-apocalyptic situation. Not the bikers steal or anything like that, because, you know, everybody knows bikers don't steal. But
See no bikers out there looting, though.
yeah. No, you know, look, bikers don't have to loot.
Mm-hmm. You don't see bikers running with TVs and shit.
Right, exactly.
You know,
the TV won't fit on the back of the Road Glide, man.
right?
We don't need no damn TV.
I mean, you don't see that. But man, I don't know, man. I sit back and I look at these reports, and I sit there literally most of the day when I'm at work, because I got my earphones on. I'm just listening to different reports and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's unreal how, you know, you listen to all that stuff and then you sit back and you're like, people still just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's a lack of, it's not really a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of just going into and just actually looking for it. Look at it for yourself. You know what I mean? Look at exactly what's going on. You know what I mean? Because this is the day and age of the land of the free and the home of the brave. It's slowly depleting.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things we was talking about on here as AMC. Are we moving in a positive direction, or are we gonna fade out? You know what I mean? And you know, remember the story I told you the time about the sheep? Remember the story I told you that one time?
Oh yeah.
You know, why do sheep move it? Why do sheep move in flocks?
Right.
You know, there's several different answers, but the main one is that sheep move in flocks. They put the young ones in the middle, they put the babies in the middle, and then the older ones move around it to keep those babies protected. So sheep moves in flocks for protection. So you have, what is the biggest threat to sheep? Wolves.
Yeah, wolves.
You know, so you think about it. Sheep live 10, 15 years in protection mode to protect themselves from the wolves, only to be slaughtered by the shepherd. The meaning of that is looking in the wrong spot. You're looking for these people over here to do something to you, when all along it's these over here that's the ones that's supposed to protect you.
Well, think of it this way: that these shepherds, if you will, or like I like to say, you know, certain politicians, and you know, look, Democrats and Republicans are really two wings of the same bird. So I don't want to hear them damn libs, and every time one of y'all idiots starts yelling about you damn libs or them damn Dems or any of that kind of shit, shut up. You're being stupid. You're being played. Democrats and Republicans, I've worked with lots of them, especially this year. And guess what they all do behind closed doors? Laugh at y'all silly ass because y'all bought into all that bullshit while they high-fiving each other, talking about whose yacht they're going on this weekend. All right. So just stop it. You're getting played. Right. But nonetheless, so
you went to them Senate majority hearings.
Yeah, I spoke. I was
back and forth. But when that gavel hit, oh hey, boy, how you doing?
Oh yeah, they buddy. They
playing Sunday. Are we going on? You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, they are two wings of the same bird. I swear, it's like WWE wrestling. Like when they get out there in the ring, they all rah, they rah all that, right? When the camera's off and there's no reporters, then they're like, man, I can't even begin to tell you. It's amazing. Anyway, we actually have a caller. Hey, caller, this is the Big BoneYard. You got Big Bone 1%er and Archbishop 1%er on the phone. Who is this?
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Black Dragon, the Midnight Ghost Rider from Charleston, West Virginia.
What's up, man? Black Dragon.
Oh, not much, man. Hey, what's up? Thank you, Big Bone. Appreciate that, and Archbishop.
What's going on, brother?
You know, man, baby. Oh, nothing much, man. I can't call it, might spoil it, man. It's raining like a motherfucker here in West Virginia. Can't ride my bike right now. Yeah, it's raining hardcore. But I wanted to ask you guys something. My first question. Well, I want to do a video for you guys, but I was wanting to ask you. I wanted to have like music in the background, but I know you can't use someone else's, so I'm gonna, have my homeboy like hook up a beat, and I'm gonna really try to get that done for you guys. And number two, I was wanting to ask you a question. Is like I'm just how can I say it? Just spit it out, bro. I would like to start it. I don't want to ruffle no feathers or nothing, but I would like to, me and my homeboy was talking about trying to start a club, right? And I know you gotta have five people, but how would I go about getting a blessing? Me being a African American, because the only dominant we got is the pagans.
Okay.
No disrespect to them or nothing like that. No disrespect to them.
Well, the system.
How would I go on this? Mm-hmm.
Let me jump in here just a little bit. So I'm speaking. Actually, both of us can speak. So we're the chap. Damn. Let me try to now. See, now you got me stuttering and shit. No. Mm-hmm. So you got the chairman. You got the chairman and the sergeant arms for the COC here, so we can speak with a good amount of authority and understanding about this particular subject. So for where you are and for who the dominant is for your area, that don't mean that it's an impossibility. And I can tell you the pagans don't have nothing against black folks. I'm speaking in a general club sense. Hey, they
Thank
cool.
you.
They cool. They cool with black folks.
West Virginia a little different.
Thank you.
So what?
West Virginia's a little different though.
Yeah, that is true. That's what I did qualify it though. See, I qualified it by saying as far as the club in general, you know. But here's the thing though. So there's a few things before. So it sounds like you got 5 folks. Thing number one, my question is, and we're not going to delve too much into it, but the first thing is, you and those 5 guys, how well do you know them? How well do you know them?
I'm gonna be honest with you, not like growing up or nothing like that, or going to like high school or nothing like that. Just some people, I met doing my rides and became cool with one. No problem.
I'll tell you why I was asking. So first thing is, and I mean this respectfully. First thing is, before you saying, "Hey, we're going to put together a club," y'all need to put get some miles on them bikes, because you learn a lot about who that dude is after you breaking some state lines and you breaking hundreds and thousands of miles together. And I'm not saying that a club being in a club is bad to start a club, but you got to. Second thing is, start spending time on the set, because if there's already a motorcycle community where you are, and you just want to pop up with 5 dudes, slap some patches on your back and say, "Motherfuckers, we here." Well, that just disrespected everybody that's already on the set. So, because a lot of times the opinion might be, well, spend some time with the clubs on the set. There might be one that's perfect for you. You might find the perfect family, the perfect home amongst one of these clubs that's already out there. And you might not even want to go and start your own club. I'm not saying that'll be the case. But the thing is, before you say, "I want to start my own club," find out why. Find out what the community is. Because if you become a motorcycle club, like it or not, your ass is you're either going to be a part of the community, the MC community, the club community, and there's different facets to that, or you're going to be, odd man out and alienated if you're lucky to not have something worse happen. So getting a blessing is not the end all to be all. The most important thing is to get plugged into the community, because to be alienated from the community means that you're basically like a cop club, like Iron Order or them other fools, Iron Order or Blue Knights. Like a cop club is not a real club. So in case, but anyway, let me qualify that. In case somebody's going to get pissed off and all that stuff, when I'm talking about law enforcement, LEMCs, cop clubs, MCs with police officers where they put on little phony diamonds and play dress up on the weekend and talk shit. And then they do all kinds of dirty stuff. And then when things go bad, they pull out a badge. And then when it's Monday, they're back to being a cop again. But then Wednesday night is bike night and they can only go to Harley Davidson because they're a fucking cop club, and they can't actually go to a clubhouse nowhere because they're a fucking dirty ass cop club. Don't be like those guys.
Okay. I appreciate you giving it to me raw.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I accept that realness, That's how I get down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shit, I appreciate that.
I didn't mean to get quite so carried away.
No.
Hey, let me add something else to you too, Dragon.
No, dude, I love it, man. I'm listening and I'm absorbing it. I'm definitely listening. Now, I have heard in Huntington, Archbishop, I know you know what I'm talking about, Huntington, West Virginia.
Right.
And I heard now, someone told me that it's like a black club. So when I get when I get my check, once I get my new tires and all, I'm gonna ride to Huntington and try to find these guys, because I heard there's I don't know if they're like a mix, you know what I mean? Which it don't matter to me. Well, it do, but it don't. But I like to be around my own. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? My own race. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you.
I mean, which but I just wanted to ask you, brothers, that, you know what I mean? Because I like you were just saying, Bones, it'd probably be better to, go be on, you know what I'm saying? Go check them out and kind of like hang around, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, spend some time. I'll share this last thing and shut the hell up about it, but it's a two-way thing. One, you want to get familiar with who they are and you know, get the lay of the land and who folks are and everything, get familiar with it.
Okay.
But at the same exact time, some of them folks need to get familiar with you too. Because if you're going to be around, if you're thinking about moving in a club direction, you got to get familiar with one another. That's a big part of it, because you need to know who you fucking with, and vice versa.
Right, exactly. Yes, you're right, because I definitely don't want no weak link.
Yeah.
That's first and foremost. You want to make sure that the ones that you actually talking about doing something with, that you know what I mean, that y'all have that bond.
Okay.
I mean, you think that if you start a club, okay, these are your 5-6 members or whatever. If you ever decide later on that you are going to like start another club somewhere else, like say for instance you in Charleston, you decide you're going, like, okay, we're gonna start another chapter in Huntington. Well, guess what? That original chapter becomes a mother chapter, and you become a founder. You know what I mean? So you got to make sure that all of y'all deal together for the same rapport. Now, another thing, just because you get a blessing does not keep your ass out of hot water. Let me tell you.
Right.
Because even if
that
gives you a blessing, you are still out there on your own. Okay. So the best thing for you to do is, on top of getting that blessing, you need to find out where your coalitions are, where your nearest coalition is.
Okay.
You need to get with the coalition. Let them know what you're trying to do. They're gonna have you come up in there, and then now they may say that you can't wear rags for a year or something. You may wear like t-shirts or something like that as a group. But just to make sure that y'all actually gonna be around for a while. You know what I mean? Because kind of like can't just give it to you. You know what I mean? I can't just give it to you. You gotta earn it.
Right.
So,
yes, sir.
So that would be my first thing. If you decide to, you know, do your own thing, go to a coalition. Or if you want to know about the other clubs over in these other towns that you don't normally hang around in, get with these coalitions, because they can tell you who these people are.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, because I need to go. I really want to see who this other club is. I heard about them, but I never seen them come through here. But they say they got a nice little club, and they say they're good people. But I still like to, you know, see them myself. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. You know, I mean, figure out who they are. Go. I mean, if they got a clubhouse, go over and check them out. If they don't have a clubhouse, they just meet up at certain spots. Just go there. Go there, hang out. You know everybody, see what they are.
Yeah.
And if they out to be like, you know what I mean? They kind of living up to what it is that I want to do. Then you move in that direction. You decide that you want to do your own. Then you get with us, and we can walk you through how you need to do it. Because there's a couple other steps that you need to do too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we got you though, man. We got you.
Appreciate it. Okay. Well, I ain't gonna hold you up. I'm gonna sit back and watch the show, and I love y'all brothers, man. And thank God for you, man, because for real, man, you just don't know how much it means to you and Archbishop, Black Dragon. I love y'all brothers to death, man. Straight up, man. Y'all, God, I thank y'all. I'm so glad y'all doing what you're doing, man.
Man, thank you, brother.
And before I hang up, I wanted to ask y'all. When you guys gonna put out some hoodies and stuff like that, some black hoodies, you know, like you know, support.
Look, I promise you, we're working.
You know what I'm talking about?
We got these, and well, shit. Hold on, I don't know if I can turn it. Can y'all see this shit on the back? Can y'all see that?
Yeah, they
shit on the back. All right, so we got a bunch of different shit, you know. Anyway, we working on it. We got that. We got. Matter of fact, you remember? Hold on, let me grab these bad boys. We got these. So we're gonna be coming out.
I can't see it right now till I get off the phone.
Okay. But anyway, so we got these tumblers, which are fly as hell. So we're getting ready to be producing a lot of these different things. Life got in the way. The set got in the way. We had a lot of shit to do, but in a little bit we're gonna have the t-shirts, hoodies, friggin' some stuff for girls. So we're working on that. All this stuff is coming.
Okay, I can't wait, man.
Yeah. We gonna get it right here in a minute. It's just been busy. We got some stuff.
I'm gonna be rocking it every other day.
Right on, man. We're gonna have some
For
good stuff
real.
for you. It's coming.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
man.
Well, hey, I ain't gonna hold the line up, man. I ain't gonna be greedy. Hey, but thank you for taking my call, Bones and Archbishop, man. I love you, brother. Keep up the good work, man. I'm still learning. You know, you always gonna learn, but man, thank you, man. I appreciate y'all, man. And I'm gonna get off here and sit and listen.
Right on, brother. Well, hey,
Have a good
we
one, man.
appreciate it. Doggone, that was Black Dragon, the Midnight Ghost Rider, and from doggone West Virginia.
Charleston,
Right, Charleston, West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, he's a great dude, man. So yeah. Anyway,
tell you what, if you can ride a motorcycle in the cold fields of West Virginia, you can ride anywhere. Trust me. Trust me.
Yeah, that's
you ain't never rode until you rode down the side of a mountain outside of Charleston, West Virginia. You know what I mean?
That's what I was saying.
He in Charleston. He in the city part. See, I used to live down in McDowell County, the place they used to call a patch. They call it a patch for a reason, because you lived on the side of the mountain. You know what I mean? The road literally went alongside the mountain.
Yeah.
So you went to your right, you hit the mountain. You went to your left, you got about 150-foot drop straight down to the bottom. You know what I mean? So you better know how to drive and ride. You better know how to do it. Because if not, you dead.
No, I'll tell you what, we was coming back from matter of fact, we were coming back from excuse me, Detroit, and we connected with some brothers out of Chattanooga, and we were going from Chattanooga to the bottom part of Tennessee. It was going through the mountains, and when I tell you, I'm not exaggerating, these brothers was doing like 95, 105, 110 miles an hour in the mountains, like it was nothing to it. And after a little bit, I mean, me and the bro that was riding with me, we fucked with him for a little bit. And after a while, I'm like, wait a minute, these fools getting ready to make me kill myself. And it hit me after a little bit. These dudes ride these mountains every day. Like they know what they're doing. Like I'm a Floridian. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die up here. And so when we finally started, these guys here, man, you did all right for your first time. You didn't die or nothing. The fuck did you just say to me? It was like, you didn't die or nothing. That was like many years ago. That shit is still in my damn brain.
See now, here's the thing though. When you went through that one, now me and you both done rode through there.
Yeah.
That's actually more expressway. So you got two, 3 lanes.
Yeah. Yep.
It's 2-lane road. That's it. 2-lane road. You know what I mean? And it's more. You ever went down 40, going from Knoxville down to North Carolina? How it's just super.
Okay.
Early.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's like that, but just 2 lanes. 1 lane coming up, 1 lane coming down. That's it. You know what I mean?
Damn it. And see, I used to live in Tennessee, but when I lived in Tennessee, it was different. I was there for 1 winter, and I was like, how do you say this in English? Fuck this place, because it got cold as hell. I lived in a town called Mount Juliet outside of Nashville. They got these hills, so like, and everything would freeze up. So like, you couldn't even leave your driveway, because if you tried to, it would turn into like a slippy slide in your car. And forget about riding a motorcycle. I'm like, wait a minute. Now Tennessee got me all kinds of fucked up. I need to go to Florida, so I went to Florida, because we don't have. Nothing freezes in Florida. I'm like, oh man. But then here's the thing: when you're riding your motorcycle, you can get down, but you will fuck around and hit some mountains in Tennessee. That's just some Tennessee shit. And them cats have been living there forever. Everybody plays like the Duke boys, from Dukes of Hazzard. Everybody drives like that, and everybody's always in a hurry. They not going through the city, but when they're in the mountains, everybody's in a big rush, doing 75 miles an hour on like a little 2-lane thing where like if you go 5 inches in the wrong direction, everybody's dead, right? All right, fuck that. Anyway, hey, let's take about 2 seconds to do a station identification, which is not really station identification, but you know what I'm talking about, y'all. Hang on 1 sec. Wait a minute, what the hell?
I decided to pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
That's where we come in. We come in and we solve that problem for them and really set them on the right track in order to try and get back to what their life was like before the accident happened.
Yeah, man. But I tell you, I tease about it, and some of the folks is all right. I talked a little trash about Tennessee. Look, I love Tennessee. I love Tennessee, but I like not getting dead either. We had that discussion. They said I didn't get dead. I'm like, okay, I dig that not getting dead part that they told me about. But so some of the folks is saying, let's see, Fury says Florida riding is boring. The roads are flat and straight. Yeah, some of them are. Yeah, some of them are. I can't completely argue with you on that one. Rick says, come on, Bone, don't be like that. And let's see. All right, Frost says, laugh my ass off. Bone, that ain't cold. New York getting negative temps is cold. Okay, yeah, fair enough. And let's see. Wag says he hates that route in Tennessee. Myron said, it's like that here in LJ, Georgia. If you can't drive or ride, stay off the roads. Okay, that part. Barry says, Myron, I have a friend who blew out in LJ and ran down a ravine. See, ran down a ravine. Come on now, ravine. Mm-hmm. We don't have ravines in Florida. See, we do have alligators, but that's different. There's different stuff to try to kill you in Florida than there's like up there. Y'all got ravines that try to kill you. Here, we just got alligators. And at least the alligators usually stay in the water, so we got it. It's better. Florida's better that way. Fury says she's in North Alabama, so we ride that way a lot. I know you do. I'm sure of it. But yeah, man. Damn. So, man, I tell you, this has been interesting. I think we went down the rabbit hole a little bit, but we've been at it for about an hour and 8 minutes. So we should probably go ahead and say a heartfelt good night. But actually, before we do, Walker had a question, which we didn't answer. The 5 clubs, he had the one question, which we'll talk about offline, which is that one. And the other question was, he said that's why he asked a certain question earlier, which is, what is an outlaw MC? Which that's a great question. I think we can probably answer that for you.
Go ahead, Clay. Knock it out.
Okay. So what happens is there are several different types of motorcycle clubs. So when we talk about an outlaw MC, let me do the traditional part and then tell you here's where we are right now. So back in 1941, there was this whole thing in Hollister, California. There was a big old party. The way that it was reported in the newspaper. Oh, stand by. Hold on. So the way this big old party was reported was a bunch of these guys called the Booze Fighters. That's the actual club. They're still around today. And some guys called the Po-Bobs. Po-Bobs, P.O. Bobs. That means it stood for Pissed Off Bastards of Burlington. Po-Bobs. So anyway, these were the main clubs that came to California, to Hollister for their annual 4th of July party. They had a good old time, and the newspaper guy said, man, they partied so hard, they fought the police, locked the police up in their own jail, and when they left, they took all the damn women, or a bunch of the women left with them, and they had the National Guard had to come there and save the town, which was a bunch of bullshit, but that's the way they reported it. So that was the shot heard around the world. The Associated Press, went out on the wire. Everybody talking about it. So the AMA, American Motorcycle Association, made a statement that went in Time Magazine, and the whole story was a whole long story about how motorcycles are wonderful and people are wonderful and everybody's wonderful. But they said 99% of all motorcyclists are law-abiding citizens. However, 1% of them are outlaws. So that moniker stuck, and a lot of people who felt like the AMA was talking about them was like, hey, fuck the AMA. We're going to do our own thing. We'll be those outlaws. So, and there's a whole lot more to it than that. But long story short, in real life, what an outlaw motorcycle club is a club that does not adhere to the AMA's expectations or rules. The AMA was the hoity-toity, sponsored by Honda, sponsored by Suzuki, sponsored by Norton. You know, like they were the clean cut version of the bikers, whereas the other folks would get out there and they would race on their motorcycles and live the life, and they were all about the freedom and stuff. Not too much different than now, but so it created two factions in the motorcycling world. The one being the AMA, the other being the outlaw bikers, right? And the outlaw bikers grew into several different factions even from there. So the outlaw bikers, by all intents and purpose for today's purpose, what I like to call, hey, real bikers, you know, them three-piece patch wearing, traditional three-piece patch wearing motorcycle clubs who, you know, take care of their own business. They follow their own rules, but they follow the rules of the set of their club. They follow tradition and protocol. And then you have that 1%. That 1% have a tendency to be what you might refer to as the elite as far as the motorcycle community is concerned. They're the dominant clubs, the landlord, depending on where you are, the landlords of a certain state. And that's a part of it. So there is outlaw motorcycle clubs, and then there's 1%ers, because an outlaw motorcycle club does not necessarily have to be a 1%er. In fact, many of them are not. So the 1%ers, like the name implies, there's actually fewer of those than there are any other thing. But, you know, like anything else. So if I was to liken it for your purposes, Cecil, the 1%ers would be the Marine Corps, and the OMCs might be the Army or the Navy. See, look, I see Archbishop ready to jump through the damn screen. He's like, did this motherfucker just say that? Yeah, it did. But anyway, when we talk offline, I'll go into more detail than that. But that's just to give you sort of like a basic idea of what we're talking about there. What say you, Archbishop?
I agree with everything you said right there. You hit it nail on the head. No need to go no further with it. You did
right on. Fury just said, even though the AMA denies ever saying that, it's still stuck. That's true, but I think the AMA denies having said that because the moniker got so, I mean, it was shot all around the damn world. Now, I don't believe that all of the BS that they talked about that happened at Hollister, that was all bullshit, and the pictures were staged, and a lot of people know it. But I do believe they did respond to that damn article by saying 99% of all bikers, you know, they said that shit. They just don't want the credit for quote unquote creating the 1%er moniker or the 99 moniker, because that's a thing too. 99 clubs, that's an absolute thing. But yeah, folks. So yeah, I guess we can wrap it up now. But we're going to be coming back next week. We have some very exciting announcements. Yeah, I'm thinking. You know what? No, we got some exciting stuff that's coming. I say it like that. We got some very exciting stuff that's coming. The kind of stuff that gonna make you go damn. Right? Am I right? What you think?
Oh yeah,
it's some big bullshit.
We got a good one. Just can't tell it yet.
I know. I hate it because we did that with Hood one time.
Yeah,
I mean,
ridiculous, but we got yeah.
This is
yeah. Y'all gonna like
close to some real good shit. But I'll tell you what, y'all folks, man. Look, we got love for you. Thank you so much. Y'all boneheads are the best folks in the whole entire friggin' world. Keep doing your thing. Keep riding with us, man. And you know, we're gonna be back here. Archbishop told me earlier. He said 4 days. I don't. Hold on. Divide by 2. All right. 7 days. 7 days. See, y'all make me do all this math. So 7 days. We're gonna be back here in 7 days doing the Big BoneYard again. But look, folks, we love the hell out of y'all. We appreciate you, and we're gonna be right back here in 7 days. So we're gonna see y'all in just a little bit, right? All right. Now, in the meantime, let me go ahead and push that button there. How you do it? There you go.
Welcome to the Big BoneYard. Enter at your own risk.
pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
That's where we come in. We come in and we solve that problem for them and really set them on the right track in order to try and get back to what their life was like before the accident happened.